The progress so far is very slow. Those are the exact words delivered by the Supreme Court of India regarding a murder trial that has gripped the nation. It is rare for the highest court in the country to reach down and dictate the daily calendar of a local sessions judge. But the delays in this specific case have become so severe that the Supreme Court formally stepped in to force a fast-track proceeding. The case stems from the brutal events of June 2024. 33-year-old Renukaswamy was abducted, held in a shed in Bengaluru for 3 days, and tortured to death before his body was dumped in a drain. The prime accused in this kidnapping and murder is Kannada superstar Darshan, along with several associates. The massive disparity in power and resources between an ordinary fan and a multimillionaire actor immediately put a spotlight on how the justice system would handle the investigation. When a powerful public figure is accused of a crime of this magnitude, the public expects a rigorous, rapid pursuit of the facts. Instead, the procedural gears of this trial mysteriously ground to a halt. Formal charges in the murder of Renukaswamy were officially framed on November 3, 2025. In standard judicial procedure, this milestone should have triggered a rapid succession of daily court hearings. Instead of litigating the murder, the defense team pivoted to fighting over prison amenities. They argued that the actor was being unfairly isolated in a pandemic-era quarantine cell and denied basic undertrial privileges. The state's prosecutions suddenly found themselves spending valuable court time responding to these complaints, pulling focus away from the horrific details of the June 2024 murder and creating a chaotic media spectacle outside the courtroom. The defense leaned heavily on extended cross-examinations and repeated grievances about the actor's daily confinement. These endless legal skirmishes effectively consumed the daily schedule of the sessions judge. In trials involving extraordinary wealth and status, debates over VIP treatment and jailhouse comfort are frequently leveraged as a calculated legal tactic to bog down the court calendar and delay the primary homicide investigation. To understand exactly why the Supreme Court lost its patience, we have to look at this timeline mapping the past 7 months, spanning from November 2025 to May 2026. The state prosecution built a vast evidentiary case that requires examining a total of 272 individual witnesses. Recognizing the enormous scope of that list, the state attempted to accelerate the process by isolating a priority group of 60 key witnesses. These are the individuals vital to proving the specific roles each accused person played in Renukaswamy's death. But here is the actual progress recorded. Thanks to prolonged defense tactics, the court has managed to hear from exactly 10 witnesses. At a velocity of 10 witnesses every 7 months, it would take years just to clear the high-priority list, let alone the remaining 200. Supreme Court Justices J.B. Pardiwala and Vijay Bishnoi flatly rejected the defense's excuses about complex cross-examinations. They demanded the lower court halt the practice of granting adjournments on, quote, flimsy grounds. The math of examining 10 witnesses over 7 months exposes an undeniable truth. This is a deliberate stalling tactic, and the highest court in the country has signaled that the justice system will no longer tolerate it. To break the deadlock, the Supreme Court has armed the Bengaluru trial judge with the authority to mandate day-to-day hearings, ensuring the defense must proceed with a continuous examination schedule. The bench also settled the ongoing distraction over Darshan's confinement, directing the state to ensure he receives all the basic amenities an under-trial prisoner is legally owed. This ruling efficiently strips away the defense's ability to use jail conditions as an excuse for further calendar delays. But the most forceful element of the Supreme Court's mandate is the enforcement mechanism. The apex court placed the trial under a strict 1-year observation period. If substantial progress is not made in the next 12 months, the Supreme Court will directly intervene again. This directive lays down a hard marker for high-profile legal battles in India. It demonstrates that wealth and celebrity status cannot be used to simply exhaust the calendar and bury a case in administrative procedure. Stalling the timeline of a trial is a deliberate method of denying justice to a victim. By taking direct control, the Supreme Court has ensured Renukaswamy's death will be answered for in court. What do you think? Should all major criminal trials be subject to this kind of mandated fast-tracking from day one? Let us know in the comments.